Oh my goodness. All right, so Sport Trac Explorer Limited model. 4x4 Police Interceptor? V8, 4.6 liter. Nuh-uh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dude, that's rad. I'm kind of jealous, I'm not gonna lie. Now, my 1970 Ford pickup that I built actually has a 4.6 liter in it, but it's a 2 valve. It's got stage 3 cams. It's got a fuel system. It's supercharged with about 10 pounds of boost, and that makes 458 horsepower to the rear tire. This one probably makes like maybe 200 horsepower, but it's still pretty cool. When you turn the steering wheel, it turns nice and smooth part of the time, and then gets real stiff right there, and then loosens up, and then gets real stiff, and then loosens up, and then gets real stiff. And that happens in both directions. So when she dropped it off, she said when she turns left, the steering wheel doesn't return, and she has to force it back to the center. But I went and drove it, and it's actually doing that in both directions. This 2018 ProMaster we have in the shop also has the same exact issue going on, and what's causing it on this one is the strut is binding up. The reason I know it's on the right front on that van is because that strut's also making a bunch of noise and popping and clunking when you turn the steering wheel. But on that van, the bearing plate for the strut is all wiped out, and so it's crunchy and it's getting stuck. And on that van, when you go down the road and you turn your steering wheel, that bearing plate binds and it'll actually pull to that side. Then if you turn your steering wheel to the left and let off, the van will pull to the left super hard because it's always tugging one way or the other from that strut. Well, it can't be that on this Ford because this Ford doesn't use struts like that. It uses an upper control arm and a lower control arm. It's got to be something different. I already have a pretty good idea. In fact, I already know what's wrong with this just by driving it, just based off of experience. This right here, this is called the steering intermediate shaft. Some people might call this the steering coupler, but this is the drive shaft that connects down at the power steering rack right here. And then the other side goes up to the firewall where the steering shaft sticks out of the firewall and connects right there. And that's what's causing our bind feel, this little guy right here. But it's not super easy to see, and it's not super easy to check without just removing it. And the only reason I know that's what's going on with it is from experience and feeling this exact feeling before. So let's get that thing off of there. We'll check it out. We'll get a new one on it. And once I have it on the bench, I'll be able to show you a little easier what's going on. We've only got 2 bolts that hold this guy on. They're both pinch bolts. We've got one at the top up here, right there. We got one way down at the bottom down there. But what I'm gonna do is go ahead and get this top one off first because it's right there. I'm gonna lock the steering wheel down, leave that in place, and then I can turn this bottom one wherever I want it to get the bolt out.